Hello everyone! In this video, you will learn how to lay out pattern pieces on the fabric. Let's start with the pajama trousers. When laying out the pajama trousers, fold the fabric off lengthwise fold with right side in and right side out. Lay out big pattern pieces first, and then check that the design and the grain line of the pattern corresponds to those of the fabric. Pin the patterns in place. Pins should be placed outward perpendicular to the seam line and along the seam allowance space. Fabric should be kept flat on the table when pinning. Always cut along the pattern so that your free hand rests on the material. Check the pins to be sure that they are not over the cutting line. Use sharp shears when cutting. Walk around the table while cutting without pulling fabric out of place. After cutting, fold the cut fabric and set aside to prevent them from dirt and wrinkles. Now, let's proceed to laying out and cutting of pajama shirt. Put together the right side of the fabric. The fabric is folded off crosswise fold. Measure 3.5 inches for the front facing of the front opening. Fold the fabric under before laying out the front pattern. Lay out the front pattern along with the center fold. Place pins to secure the pattern on the fabric. Now cut the fabric along with the pattern. Again, fold the fabric and set aside. Now, we're on the laying out of the back pattern. Fold the fabric off lengthwise. Place the pattern along with the center fold. You should maximize the use of cloth because it can be used for smaller pieces of pattern. Place pins in order not to move the pattern on the fabric while cutting. So, you are now ready to cut the fabric for the back pattern. It's time to lay out the collar pattern. When laying out the collar pattern, you need to have 2 center folds. Lace the collar pattern following the symbol on the pattern where the center fold is located on top and on the center of the collar. Place pins and cut the material along with the pattern. Next is the laying out and cutting of the pocket. Fold the fabric in lengthwise fold and place the pattern. Pin the pattern. Cut the material by following the edges of the pattern. The last pattern that we need to lay out and cut is the set-in sleeve. So fold the fabric in lengthwise grain and place the sleeve. Pin the pattern on the fabric. Start cutting the material. When cutting straight edges, use long stroke. While in curved edges, use short strokes. When transferring construction marks from the pattern to the fabric, place carbon papers under the cloth. Then fold it under the pattern paper. Mark straight lines using a ruler and a pencil or a pointed tool. For the curved part of the pattern, use a tracing wheel to follow the shape. For the leg part, trace only one part where you will stitch. For the bottom part, you need to trace both. For the crotch, you must trace the front and back. For the front pattern, the neckline, the armhole, and the hemline are need to be traced. For the back pattern of the pajama shirt, all construction marks must be traced. For the sleeve pattern, trace the sleeve hem and the underarm seam. For the collar pattern, transfer the markings on the side and on the neckline part of the collar. The last pattern is the patch pocket. All construction marks must be traced.